Important coaching questions that need to be asked, in my mind, one of the key ones is, what part did you play in having it turn out that way? Many times we'll see people come from a complaint, and the very first thing I want to do is think about, what do they own in that? So what do they own? What part did you play is crucial. A second question that I like to ask from coaching is around, if you could paint a picture of what it would look like if it were working well, what would working well be for you? So I want to see what their intention is. Then I'd like to get a sense of the gap between what they want and what they're currently doing. So to me, coaching is about trying to understand someone's aspiration, having them get the congruency or lack of congruency around their current behavior, and is it taking them down the right path? And then if it's not, to really start following up with them around seeing to what degree they're conscious of why they choose that behavior. So to me, it's always around putting it 150% on someone's head around what part did they play, why did they choose that, so that you're holding them large and accountable. The more you can do that from a coaching, the more you can start shaking somebody out of the cobwebs where you're holding up a mirror to them. Because that's basically what when you're trying to coach, that's really what you're doing. You're attempting to really hold up a mirror to their current state, take a look at what part they're playing in creating that, and then trying to determine whether or not that state is where they want to go. And if not, how do we course adjust? A common situation that comes up when we're working with leaders, and I can give you one from just a week ago, is we were talking to someone and they were having a lot of frustration dealing with their particular team of direct reports. And they feel like the direct reports really don't tend to understand why he's doing what he's doing. They're not behind him. They're sabotaging him. He's got a realm of stories about it. So the question I said to him is, well, what part do you think you're playing in helping to create their confusion? In other words, you're saying that they don't get you. They don't understand the motivation of why you're doing what you're doing. And I'm saying, how do you help to create that? So, that was just last week. Or you'll go to a leader and the leader will talk about how his team is fine, but the next level is not okay. And I'll say to them, well, what do you think since it's not magic, and since you folks really are the senior-most team, what are you doing as a team that's creating the dysfunction below? So I'm constantly boring into those areas to really make sure that people are conscious of the fact that they're not just bystanders watching a bus go by.